Hello, thank you for watching this video. Today, in this video, we invite two engineers as guests and hear how is working at any mine and what it is like living and working out of Tokyo. We hope you will watch this video and become interested in working in Japan, also any mine. Yeah. Let me quickly introduce today's guests, Shao and Manjula. Yeah, thank you for taking time today. Okay, first of all, please introduce yourself first. Please go, Shao. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shao Hong and I'm from Malaysia. I'm a tech lead in Animine Group in charge of the product called NEX, which is a e-commerce enablement platform. So what I do day to day is to manage the requirements and to make sure that the product development goes smoothly.
Thank you. Okay, please go.
Yeah. Hi everyone, this is Manjula. I am part of AnyLogy team. I am a QA engineer and AnyLogy is a logistic platform and my role is to ensure that we release a defect-free and powerful, platform to customers. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to ask a few questions. First, how did you get into Animine? Yeah, how did you change jobs from previous job, or how did you find Animine? Yeah, from Shao. Yeah.
So when I was working in Malaysia, I was looking for an opportunity to work in Japan, and I was scrolling through a lot of job posts and found Animine, which they were advertising for a position for a project called DOH. So I kind of applied into it because it seems like an interesting field, which is different from what I was doing before. And in the end, everything just went smoothly and I ended up in Animine.
When did you join Animine?
I joined Animine in 2020, June.
2020. First, when you joined Animine, are you working in which country?
Yeah, so due to the COVID situation at that time, so I couldn't come to Japan. So I was working in Malaysia since June 2020 until around May 2022.
But you originally wanted to come to Japan?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you want to come to Japan?
Yeah, probably I was fascinated by Japan since I was a student in high school, and it just kind of stayed there until I started working. So I just said, why not, and try to apply and see if I can get it.
Interesting. Thank you.
When I started, I was working in a company called Siemens, and it's been like really long time I worked there. So after that, I wanted to change. Then I had three things in my mind, like I need to work in a different industry, and it should be a startup, and it should be providing on-site opportunity. So I got an opportunity, interview request from Animine. Then it was smooth, the interview was smooth, and then I'm here now. And I moved like 6 months back, so it's good.
Okay, thank you. How did you find Animine? LinkedIn or Scout?
Yeah, I found Animine through LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, me too. Through LinkedIn, I got message from HR.
HR directly?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
No, I just applied
Oh,
from the job post.
Interesting. Okay, thank you. Yeah, next question. I'd like to hear about your thoughts before and after coming to Japan. Generally, not only for working. Yeah, generally. Yeah. First, how did you imagine working in Japan? First.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stories of workers in Japan where they work till very late in the night, and well, I find that like working here as an engineer, it does not really apply to us that much. So for us, we have like flexible hours, and it's not necessary to work late into the night, and no one will ask you to do that. So it's kind of different from what we know from outside of Japan, and versus while working in a Japanese company, especially when the company has exposure to more international cultures. So yeah, it's not that So it's not like how they say it in the news or in stories that Japanese works or working in a Japanese company will make you work late into the night. It's kind of different.
Ah, okay. How about you? Yeah.
Yeah, same like him. I had stories too.
Mm.
And my friends in India or colleagues used to, like, when I told them I got job here, yeah, I told, they were like, started teasing, you need to work long hours and stuff. So I was worried about the work culture before coming here. And also, yeah, I didn't know the environment, you know, I was scared there might be, you know, hierarchy, you need to follow the hierarchy, you need to be always good to your boss or something like that, or follow the instructions. So, but after coming here, it's totally different in any mind. Especially in product development team, we have independence. We can do our work and we can explain, you know, to our manager or higher authority people, like, we want to approach this problem this way, and if it is advantageous to company, they do accept our suggestions. So that's the good thing. And also, I don't have to work for long hours. We have flexible hours.
How about what was difficult point to start working in Japan? So not just only for any mind, like to get visa or like flight ticket or to get find accommodation.
For me, all things were smooth, you know. For visa
Smooth.
also, yeah. In just a month, I got my visa, and after coming here, you know, now social media is so developed. So I posted a post on Facebook, and I approached by some person, like, to share the room. So it was all very smooth for me. Only thing was difficult is when I moved initially, language was tough. So getting around, you know, Japan or traveling to some place and making new friends was little difficult initially. Yeah, now it's getting better.
Oh, you feel same sense? Yeah.
Yeah, so my story is a little bit different because of the COVID situation. So I applied for visa twice because the first time I had the visa, the borders closed the day before I was supposed to fly, so that visa was kind of invalid anymore. And yeah, but the process of getting the visa is not as difficult or as hard as I imagined. And once I reached here, there's still a little bit of difficulties. Like I was like one of the first foreigners to come to Japan for after some time, and yeah, so I had a little bit of trouble getting a bank account because I don't have a phone number, and I don't have a phone number because I don't have a bank account. So it kind of caused a deadlock situation. But yeah, luckily, so the HR kind of helped out a little bit, and I managed to find my accommodation and kind of set up everything, including my phone number and my first bank account.
You too, same?
Yeah, getting my phone number and bank account was tough. Yeah. And also there is a lot of paperwork here. You go to bank, you need to fill so many things. You need to read through so many sheets.
Yeah.
And for phone also it's the same. You need to read everything, or you need to at least enter details. So there is a lot of paperwork.
Paperwork,
Yeah.
It's a bad point of Japan, maybe.
Yeah.
But anyone team that helps you guys?
Yeah, so in some cases they help out in like looking for the realtor in Japan, and also they help out with the deposit and the key money, the money that you have to pay before you start renting. So they kind of help in that sense.
Yeah, they are like giving us guidance, like which bank to choose, where to go, which is easy for foreigners to, you know, open bank account. There is not a lot of steps you need to follow through, so they suggest all those things.
Okay, next is private daily life after work. Yeah, please tell us about your personal experience in Japan, especially that you enjoyed, especially experience for the first time in Japan.
Yeah, so this is not the first time I've been to Japan, so I kind of know or have some expectation on what I'm going to meet. But language barrier is still a really big thing. So although I can read Chinese, but when it comes to speaking Japanese, sometimes they just will use very formal tenses, and sometimes you just couldn't get what they're trying to say. But actually, they're just saying like "please eat" or "please enter, things like that. And as for my private life, it's kind of so Japan is kind of a nice place to enjoy. Like there's a lot of things that you can kind of visit, and there's a mixture of modern and traditional stuff, like the temples or the shrines in Japan, and also like the rowdy cities like in Shibuya, Shinjuku, or even Ginza. So yeah, being here is kind of exciting and interesting, and kind of had a lot of first times in Japan, like the first time seeing snow, first time doing snowboarding, which is impossible in Malaysia because it would never snow in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And yeah, but eventually everything should be better once the language barrier is kind of non-existent anymore, and once we can kind of understand what the other side is trying to communicate with us, then I think we should be able to enjoy Japan more.
How about you?
Oh, this is my first time, coming out of India. So Japan is my first country staying away from home. And it's nice because this is completely different from Indian environment or the locality I used to stay. So it's completely different, and I'm enjoying and exploring things here. So it's like I have many first experiences like karaoke or snowboarding.
Karaoke?
Yeah, karaoke, snowboarding. And I'm excited about this cherry blossom. That's like one of my bucket list wish. So it's going to come true soon. So I'm having fun in Japan.
Which area have you been? Which prefecture?
I have been to Kyoto, Niigata, Osaka. Yeah.
Already? You still 6 months?
Yeah.
Oh, already you travel so many places.
Yeah.
Well, why did you choose Niigata?
Snowboarding.
And then you also did snowboarding.
Yeah, so I went to Niigata too for snowboard.
Niigata too?
Yeah.
Same place?
I don't know.
I went to Isiuchi Marioma at Minami Uonuma.
Minami Uonuma.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's not the place I went.
Oh, really?
It's a different. It starts with K. Yeah.
Ski.
No, the place name starts with K.
K.
Yeah. I forgot how to pronounce it.
Okay. Niigata is, how do I say, foreigner friendly place? No.
Probably not. But as long as you stay close to the resort, then it's kind of foreigner friendly.
How did you go there? By Shinkansen?
Yeah, Shinkansen.
With friends.
So yeah, I went there on a van. So we booked a trip, a snowboarding trip, and we just went there in the van.
For you, it's the first time to try snowboarding?
Yes.
Okay, let's move to the next question. Tell us about working at Anymind and what you like about Anymind.
Yeah, so I worked in 4 different products in Anymind. So starting from DOH, and then I moved to Casting Asia, which is now AnyTech and AnyCreator. And then I kind of started Anylogy, and then right now I'm in AnyX. So like working in Anymind as a product development a member, you get pretty much quite a lot of freedom in how you want to do things, and as long as it works and it benefits the company, then most of the time you will have the permission to do so. So I would say it's kind of free, and there's less bureaucracy on how you want to try and apply things to your work, and that is, I think, a pretty much a good point working in Anymind as a product development member.
Oh, for me, yeah, the first thing is, I get to work with so many diverse country people. So I get to know their culture or know the language, or I get a lot of exposure to different cultures. And then, yeah, as he said, we have really good environment. We can do our stuff, on our own. We don't have to keep waiting for somebody's instruction. We can do it, yeah, and they accept what we do. And one more thing is, yeah, the team is really good, everybody helps each other very quickly. We get responses very quickly. That's really good. Yeah, that's the best part.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like working with people from different nationalities and different cultures is a really eye-opening thing to not only me and a lot of people too. Like you have a mixture of Europeans and you have a mixture of Asians, and yeah, you can kind of see how different people think from different culture, and I think it's a really good thing to kind of experience.
It's difficult to ask, but how about PD teams, product development teams, atmosphere, friendly or silent, loud? How about atmosphere?
Yeah, so basically while we work, but after work, normally on Fridays we will go drinking with the product development members around Roppongi, and yeah, the last time we had a drink was just last Friday. So it's quite frequent, and people like to go out and drink, and it's pretty fun. Like if you join us, then you will kind of know more about just work, like how people live in their own countries and how like different languages are, or how similar languages are, or how different and similar the cultures are. Yeah, it's kind of easygoing, and everyone is friendly in this company.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it's very similar what he said. During working, it's all quiet. Because they need to think of logic or something, so they concentrate. But outside the work, it's all fun and friendly. Most of the time, we don't talk about work related when we are hanging out. So yeah, that's how it is. Outside work, it's all completely friendly and non-work related stuff. Fun.
Yeah. From my point of view, how to say, it looks a bit silent in working time, but after when we drink, was there, so talkative, also open-minded. Yeah. Like this maybe. Next, how about relationships with Japanese colleagues? Do you communicate with Japanese members too? But there are no barriers of nationality, especially for the product development team.
Yeah, so in the product development team, everyone has to know how to speak English, so the communication with the Japanese members are not that difficult since we can communicate in English. And sometimes we have the chance to learn like Japanese from them. Like from me, I learned Japanese from reading the documentation while working in any logi. So I know some logistics phrases in Japanese, and yeah, they are kind of happy to help us out when it comes to language issues, and there are no big problems while trying to work with them or just to communicate with them casually in English.
Yeah. In PD team, it's very easy, with communicating with Japanese people because we use English and it's really comfortable talking to them. But when I want to contact or have some, fun with or friendship with other than in product development, then it becomes a little difficult because of language. Yeah, we do try to talk, but most of the time, like we use sign language or something like that. So it is little difficult. But in product development, it's really good.
But aside from such as work time, you sometimes go lunch with other teams members, right? Yeah,
that's what. During lunchtime and all, we communicate, but sometimes I will not know what exactly the word I can use because they might not get it and they will also not know complete thing. So we might need one translator who knows both Japanese and English so that they can communicate what I wanted to say and the other person what they wanted. That's how it goes for me. So yeah, even though I go with Japanese people, relating things become little difficult. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like when you do sarcasm or when you do some joke, they might not get it and it will be awkward situation when you do it.
Yeah, sometimes we hold some events, internal events, like big one is leading Meiji Kinenkan year-end. Also small event in like English only bar. Yeah. Do you have any image? How do I say? Yeah, how about it when you join that? Do you have any memorable event like sports day and other?
Yeah, sports day was fun because there was not much talk, it's all activities.
Yeah.
So you get along with people, you don't have to worry about not understanding each other. So it was really fun, sports day. And English bar is too, because we always do work. So when we have this English bar, we all come out and then we start talking something. And it's fun, yeah. And some people other than product development join us. Yeah. Interacting with them, it's good.
You also joined sports day, right?
Yes.
We are same team.
Yes.
How was that?
Yeah, so like as Manjula said, sports day is all about activities and it's pretty fun. Like everyone just try to work with each other to topple the other teams and try to win. Like in the tug of war, we are the best. And yeah, and in other events like the English only bar, we get to communicate with other Japanese when they want to learn how to speak English. And I think there's a Japanese only bar coming up soon, right? So probably that's our chance to kind of polish our Japanese skills. And yeah, all in all, it's pretty fun. Like you have the opportunity to kind of interact with people outside of your team, outside of your department, and try to get to know each other.
Yeah, do you know we plan to hold Japanese only bar?
I want to join, but I'm no, I don't know basic Japanese also. So I don't know. It's like Japanese only bar. So if I go there, it will be difficult. But I want to try it.
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah.
Okay, for work, job, let me ask motivation and satisfaction with current work.
Yeah, so since NEX is a e-commerce enablement platform, so the more orders or the more metrics we see, the more satisfied we are, because it proves that our clients or the users are actually using our application and how much valuable information or analysis that we can provide to them. So that is the greatest motivation and the satisfaction of my work.
Yeah, same for me. Previously, when I was working in Siemens, it was not so, clear for me how customers are using our products and how well it is doing in market. But in AnyMind, it's like through our business unit team, we get to know how people are using it, how well it is doing in market, whether they are liking it or not. When we get to know the stuffs, we are excited to do better work. So that's what motivates us.
In conclusion part, would you recommend working in Japan or AnyMind for foreign people?
Yeah, so if you want to try something different from what you have gone through maybe throughout your life, and yeah, it's a really nice experience or a really nice opportunity if you can work in Japan. And if you join AnyMind, you may have the chance to interact with different products for different fields, like influencer marketing, publisher growth, and things like that. And you may find something that you really liked in Japan and in AnyMind.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest, because as we initially said, we get to work with diverse culture people. So whoever love to work with different culture people and love Japanese culture, they would definitely try AnyMind.
As final questions, please give a message to people who are interested in working in Japan or AnyMind. Yeah.
So if you're thinking of working in Japan or even in AnyMind, please don't hesitate to apply and just try it out. It could be a life-changing experience for you and for your future.
If you love adventure and fun, then AnyMind Japan is a place where you can have both working in AnyMind.
Thank you for taking the time today. Thank you, Shao and Manjula. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.